Welcome, Nzingah.
Thanks for having me.
So excited to have you on board. A party's not a party without really good food. So thank you for joining us and sharing with us a little bit about how we should be eating in this time of confinement.
Yes.
Can I do like a little disclaimer? I want to
Yeah.
try whatever you're sharing with us here in my home during quarantine. So please don't make it too complicated. Help us out.
I try to make sure you can get everything at your local grocery store.
Brilliant.
I'll give out substitutes.
Okay.
But I wanted to stay true to one of the things that we like to use in Haitian culinary dishes. So I have one ingredient that you may or may not be able to have access to, but I think you should, which is croissant watercress. So
Brilliant.
Other than that, I can get everything else. A lot of us assume that because we're young, that our immune systems are not compromised. And I'd like to say, this is something I'm writing a piece on. A lot of times we say black don't crack, but black doesn't crack on the outside, and it's definitely cracking on the inside. So we may look 24 at 35, but internally we might look 50 years old. Mm-hmm. And so that's reflected in the conditions that you see, like high blood pressure, hypertension, heart disease, so on and so forth. And there are factors that are out of our control that are leading to this, but we also have control in a lot of ways, in the ways that we prepare our food and the foods that we're eating. So during this COVID time, we want to have less processed food, and we want to have fresh fruits and vegetables as much as possible. At minimum, 50% of your day should be fresh fruits and vegetables. Eating too much oil by way of the fried foods, we're eating too much sugar by way of the processed foods that we're eating, or even the things that we're making, we're putting in the white sugar. We're eating too much processed things like flour. So we have to start to limit it as well as balance it out. So if I have French fries, I make sure I have a big smoothie with it or a salad. But most people will have French fries and fried chicken. And so the body can't deal with all of that stuff. So, I would say take it one step at a time. Key things that you can do that are really simple is hydrate, drink enough water. Most people are dehydrated, and we often mistake our dehydration for hunger. And so we go for food instead of drinking water. So I say whenever you feel hungry, have a glass of water first. Then make a note, do you still feel hungry, and eat, In terms of another thing that we need to do is get enough rest. We're not sleeping enough. And so a lot of the things that our immune system needs to do happens when we rest. And there was a recent study that showed just one night of rest impacted us for a whole month, like in terms of like throwing our systems off.
So if I'm eating yon petit durée à pois, banane pesée, and griot, how do I make that balance throughout my day? That's my dinner. Okay, let's work backwards.
Okay, so sugi on banane pesée, maybe you can bake it instead of frying it. I've made a baked banane pesée, so it's possible. All right. Okay. So then that eliminates you having all that oil, because research also shows a lot of that oil is causing high cholesterol, but it's also causing cancer. So the more oils we consume, it draws our risk for cancer up. And then you could have one of the salad that I'm going to make today. If you have a salad every day, particularly with those type of meals, then that helps balance it out. But most people, if they have a salad, the salad is maybe this big, with that meal, when I need that salad to be about this big with that meal. So today we're going to make a salad, and we're going to have several ingredients in the salad. Our main ingredient is croissant, or what we call watercress. Watercress in the health and wellness world is actually a superfood. So it's known to help prevent things like diabetes, hypertension. It's high in vitamin K. Like, this is like an amazing leafy green. And so we like to cook with it, and sometimes we also make a salad with it. So when making salads, it's better that you make your dressing on your own as opposed to like buying a dressing at the store, because then you can eliminate some of the extras that they're at that might not be necessarily good for your health. So I'm going to make a quick dressing, and then I'm going to add some other ingredients. And because we said we're having a fire, this is a
BondFire
outdoor event. your BondFire, I'm going to also make some kebabs for us as well.
Amazing. Nice.
Okay. So here we are. First, we have our empty bowl, and then I'm going to add olive oil. So this is about a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Then I'm going to add jus citron. So that's the juice of 1 lime. You can use a lime or a lemon. I'm going to add 2 cloves of garlic, 1 teaspoon of salt, and then you have some options from here. You can add piment if you love things hot, or mettons petit tabasco. I ran out of my mango tabasco hot oil from Maya Bell, so I'm just gonna throw something I had in here. And then you just whip this up. Oh, you can also add pepper. I suggest staying away from black pepper, particularly if you have ulcers, because it's irritating to the stomach. So you want to try to have something like your cayenne pepper instead, which is anti-inflammatory. So that lime or lemon that you're adding in here is supercharged with vitamin C. So then that's going to help you absorb the iron that you have in your watercress or your leafy greens. So in the presence of vitamin C, iron is absorbed 20% more in the body, okay? So then I just mix this around, and now you notice it's all nice and creamy, okay? So we have our dressing. Sometimes I'll blend like a mango and put it in there, but because I'm adding mango to the dish, I'm not doing that, okay? So we have our dressing really quick. So and you can make this in a bigger batch and store it in the fridge for a week, if not longer. Oh, I forgot to add one more thing. And I add a little vinegar. Instead of using white vinegar, I like to add apple cider vinegar instead, because it's a little bit more healthier for the body. So this is going to help break up some inflammation in the body. Garlic is it helps with fighting colds, and it's also anti-parasitic. So if you're having this with your griot, you know that the parasites that potentially might be there are being taken away, okay?
That's good news.
So then we go back,
So that's good news.
Yes. So then if you're going to have things like griot, you want to have pineapple, or make sure you package you off cloves in your rice, because those things help to get rid of worms. Okay. So then from here, I'm going to add a couple more ingredients to my watercress. This was washed already, and they're actually selling watercress in a pack instead of bunches now. So that's what I'm saying. You probably can get this at a store, even in the States. So from here, then I'm going to add some red onions to the mix. Okay. I'll add some tomatoes as well. So that's about a cup of tomatoes and about half of onion. Then I'm going to add mango. It's mango season, and again, what I said, in the presence of vitamin C, what happens to the iron in the food? We absorb it more. So that's why I'm throwing that in there. And a lot of people don't realize when you add mango to a salad or something sweet, it actually gives it a nice balance of your savory next to the sweetness. So it's a nice blend. And then I can't forget my zaboka. So then I throw my zaboka in there, which is a nice healthy fat. And we mix it up. So we toss this up. Toss it up, toss it up. I'm a hand person, so I'm not going to fake like I'm not right now. So I just toss it up.
That looks absolutely good.
And then you have a couple of options. So you have a couple of options here. If you know you're going to serve it pretty quickly, you can just pour the dressing on it so it can marinate. And then we mix it up. And I'm not going to get my hands off on it.
I love that your dressing is sweet and spicy with the piment and everything in there. That's a nice kick, a nice little Haitian kick. We like our food spicy.
Okay. And so then you're ready to go.
Wow. It looks delicious.
It's really quick. So another thing I always tell my clients is you want to eat the rainbow. If you eat the rainbow, you're eliminating the opportunity for you to have deficiency nutritionally, and you know you're getting everything you need. So the more color you have every day, you know that you don't necessarily need to make it up with vitamins and minerals, supplements.
Amazing. We have some really good takeaways so far, Naomi. We've heard, we are the fifth element. We've heard eat the rainbow. I mean, I'm loving all of these little tidbits that I feel like it's really good sticking with me at the moment. I don't know how you feel.
My takeaways from the BondFire, my spirit has been fed. My mouth has been fed virtually. I'm going to go to the kitchen tomorrow and try out that recipe. My ears are being fed. I believe you have more music coming my way. Yes. Tell me, China, what else?
Woo! Well, we have our last live musical performance of the night, which is Mika Ben, and he's tuning up, ready to join us. And I'm excited for Mika Ben. Yeah, he has a song that really moved me. So I went to extremes to get his brother to help us out, to get him on here. Because this song, when I heard it, honestly, I felt like that needed to be the national anthem. It's and the video that came with that song transported me, and I must have played it over 1 million times. So if there's over 1 million views on YouTube for that video, I'm probably 50% of those views, just to say that. But before we transition into Mika, I want to just close out with Nzingah, who has been sharing a couple of other things along with her salad just to complete the meal. Nzingah, how are you topping this off?
So then, we're outside and we want something really nice and funky. So we have our kebabs. So I took our sweet plantain, and then I took mandarin because mandarin oranges was in season. We have our mango. We have a little red onion, and just go back and forth until you have a couple of shish kebabs. Easy. And you're good to go with your salad.